Okay, so it seems the Parry issues are a bug, and the devs themselves already came to Discord and mentioned the aforementioned issue with the inputs being randomly disabled is already fixed. So this is on PC where your inputs would randomly disable. They basically fixed that bug today. So let me know in the comments if you came across the bug or how it's running for you today. But for the most part, I just wanted to make a follow-up video on the Parry video because it seemed like a lot of people got pretty riled up about it, essentially. So I just wanted to make sure I followed this up to let people know the Parry thing is a bug, which is nice. I did say in the video that if it's a bug, I really hope they fix it. But I basically try to make the point that parries are it's not going to it's not going to break the game one way or the other, basically. But yeah, people don't want to hear that. Sometimes when if there's something going wrong, like the parry system, you pretty much people want to hear you basically criticize it very heavily and stuff like that, which I tried to point out that parries can be a bit easy, but also parries aren't going to basically 100% carry you. They could 90% carry you, maybe, but you're still going to get across situations where you are surrounded and it's going to be really hard to just parry out of that situation. So I don't know, just wanted to clarify, wanted to make a follow-up video. But yeah, I'm actually also wanted to just appreciate how fast the devs are getting on these bug fixes. I've seen a few bugs come up, and I think these are the big ones, and they already fixed basically one of the bigger bugs, and then the other one is going to be the parry bug, which I think they will, at this rate, probably fix within like 12 hours or so. So I don't know, just wanted to make a video following up with the parry situation, and yeah, let's see how people are feeling about the devs being this fast at fixing bugs. I'm genuinely impressed. I'm praying it was 100% unintentional and that they aren't trying to nerf fencing weapons. Well, here's the thing, they did nerf the kickback on the parries to not push as many enemies away. So they did nerf fencing weapons a little bit. I just feel like the way parrying works now is basically a bug stemming from that interaction. Leave them as is, I guess, as before patch 5.0. Since they have the lowest damage of the melee weapons, this lets people keep relying on the parry gunstrike flow if they want it. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, see, relying on parrying also can kind of put you in a situation where if nobody's melee attacking you, you basically want to switch up your strategy then. You basically are relying on the melees there. But yeah, parry gunstrikes are really fun, and I enjoy them. I definitely am looking forward to the parries being fixed. Because yeah, fighting terminators were basically a bit of a head scratcher sometimes with the change in with the parry bug. You can still parry them, That's pretty much my point, is that parrying, you can still parry, it's just the windows are kind of weird. But I'm glad I'm glad that they confirmed that it was a bug and that we are getting a fix for it. If they want more focus on actual melee damage, block and balance weapons exist for that. Yeah, that's a good point. We definitely got a nice change with block weapons. I kind of want to try those out before I talk about them. And that's true. I mean, you got to give block, balance, and fencing weapons all their unique properties just so, things don't feel very same. And I think they're doing a great job at that. And they're also doing a great job at patching these bugs. I feel like that isn't enough confirmation that the parry timing is a bug. I will pray to the Emperor that it is, but I don't have a ton of hope. I'm pretty sure it is, because otherwise there's not really another parry bug to really point out here. But it's pretty wild that they just fixed the bug. They fixed a big one with the inputs, and they mentioned the parry bug already, which I think is a good sign. I feel like if there wasn't any sort of parry bug going on, or if we were mistaking, like it's genuinely the only parry bug people are talking about, So I feel like since that is the case, this is definitely the parry bug that they are talking about. I will pray to the Emperor that it is, but I don't have a ton of hope. I really don't understand why there's a hint of, there's a lot of pessimistic energy sometimes on the internet, and I feel like the devs are really delivering. including a good operation with, you know, a good patch, very good cosmetics. I enjoy them. And I know it comes with the season pass, so that's good. Because, you know, it's nice that they're, you know, keeping the game fresh with content. And yeah, some of these patterns and stuff, some of the cosmetics really did come out great. I don't know, I really, everything that came out from patch 4.0, I feel like people still kind of have that ingrained in their feeling with the game right now. I think patch 5.0 is in a great spot. I think once they fix the bugs, this is probably going to be the best spot the game's going to be in. So I just genuinely don't understand why you wouldn't have hope, you know? So here's a guy who is doing 360 parrying testing, and he's able to pull it off between 2 Majors. I don't have a clip of that many, which was somebody asked him to get 6 around him, but I feel like this is good enough. But here's 2, so that's slightly more pressed once, and it caught both the sword and the first whip. Yeah, he did. He double parries here. Yep. I'm gonna guess because the fencing parry window is now a lot shorter, you gotta press multiple times to counter staggered attacks instead of a single input, getting all of them. Okay, so again, I just want to play the, you know, the middle here and point out that even if for whatever reason this is the way we are doing parries, you can still potentially parry a sword whip combo. Does he get damaged by the whip? No, see, he doesn't even get damaged by that first whip since he parried the sword. It looks like the whip connects with the parry as well. I'm gonna try to zoom in on this. Never seen a clip like this in a comment before, so just let me know if you can see what is happening here, which is the double parry, first on the sword, second on the whip. He hits both whip parries. That is really good parrying right there. And this is with the bug parry, so I don't know. You can't tell me that it's super broken, which was kind of my point. Just glad I'm following up on this because I feel like a lot of people misunderstood kind of what I was trying to say. But yeah, regardless, if they fix the parries to where they were, which is probably just a couple windows longer, we're still in a good situation with parries. Just, you know, it always just takes practice. And I still enjoy parrying the way it is now. I just did a ruthless operation, and as bulwark, I play mostly bulwark, and it felt fine. Well, okay, I will say the windows felt shorter. Terminators were definitely a bit of a head scratcher for a little bit, but then my first encounter went pretty bad with them, and then my second and third encounter, I just parried them. It really worked out. So, I don't know. Sometimes it's just, maybe it can be ping. You know, sometimes it's really hard to just kind of zero in on what the actual issue is. I think we do a good job at it, and I think the devs, honestly, if it wasn't for the community being so detailed focused, the devs aren't going to have enough information to fix the bugs. So it goes both ways. So even if you do heavily criticize the game, as long as you let us know exactly what is going on gameplay-wise, you're still going to help out. Like, you know, so I don't know. It felt really good to make a follow-up video on this. Mixed feelings on that change, since now fencing weapons deal less damage than the buffed balance and block while not being better at parrying. Oh, that's a good point. That's a fair enough point. I mean, look, if they fix the parry timing, I still don't have an issue with parrying like fencing weapons doing lower damage than blocking and balanced. I think that's fine because we get the gun strikes. I do think they did a good job at buffing melee weapons across the board. I just think maybe fencing weapons could have gotten a little bit of love, you know, just a little bit. However, I do have a fully upgraded power sword now, and it is actually pretty good. It's pretty good with the fast mode, and you get the extra combo. And then, yeah, if you do a full-blown combo and then hit somebody with a gun strike, even on lethal, they are pretty much ready to execute. So, I don't know. I'm still playing the game quite a bit, even with bugged parries. So, I don't want to say get good. I think the parry system will be fixed to where it was, but I do think it is possible. You know, I'm not saying you have to get good. I'm saying that you can. You know what I mean? You can get good. It's not like it's not like a arbitrary gatekeep. I'm saying sometimes it just takes practice to learn the bugged parry, but it is bugged, so they will fix it. Holy cow. This is why Space Marines 2 discussion, though. You know, it goes both ways, right? I will never understand nerfing in a PvE game, especially a horde shooter. People are using the same things because they are the only viable options. They need to buff other weapons to be on fencing's level, so people will choose those options, period. There we go. I'm worried for the future of this game if they do not change their mindsets. Yet, I'm not worried about the future of the game. I think we've already got a bunch of buffs, and that's really good. They buffed a bunch of stuff, and I get that they added a new difficulty, and they are going to nerf grenade launcher. A lot of people have been asking for that as well. I mean, to the point where tacticals are getting kicked in game because of the grenade launcher. So, not saying I've actually played tactical, but I haven't not been kicked. But I also don't play the grenade launcher. So, at the same time, it's like, look, I get it. Patch 4.0 was, you know, it definitely kind of hurt people's feelings, and it made them think that, you know, the devs weren't interested in having a good game and stuff like that. But here's the thing. I do think the patches since then, and the fact that they already acknowledged the input bug that they fixed, and then the parry bug that we are talking about today, I think they're going to fix that just as soon. So it could be, yeah, within 12, 24 hours, something like that. So then everything will be back to how it felt before. I do think there's a good point to saying that you know, they don't want everyone using the same thing. They didn't want everyone using fencing weapons. They buffed block weapons. They buffed balanced weapons. I think they did a good job with that. I'm worried for the future of this game if they do not change their mindsets. I don't think they have the mindset you are thinking they have. That's practically my point here. I don't know. Okay, so I felt like this was a good follow-up. There's definitely some points that needed to be made here, but I think some of the, you know, the more negative attitudes, like some of that stuff needs to be like a little bit toned down a bit, because it's kind of crazy that they already mentioned the bugs. They've already mentioned that they're going to fix them, and they will be fixing them very soon since they already proved to do that. You know what I mean? They already fixed the input bug for PC. We will get a fix for the parries. And until then, all that's happening is the parry window is shorter, so you can still parry. So don't be too worried about jumping into any operations today. Maybe if you want, put the difficulty down or something, or try out blocking weapons. This might be a good opportunity for that, because I heard they're actually pretty good, and I want to try it out on a Thunderhammer assault. So I don't know. I'm gonna get to doing that, and yeah, let me know in the comments how you feel about this situation. I hope, you know, you understand where I'm coming from, where I do think, I mean, they should definitely fix the parries if it's a bug. But, you know, it's just it's just a little bit of a shorter window. It technically isn't broken. I don't know. I'm sorry if I annoyed you. Pretty wild. Like, I got like a handful of comments kind of just like upset at the state of the game and stuff. So I felt like this was a good follow-up. The devs are aware. I just want to make sure that I'm doing my part in delivering this information to you, so I'm not, you know, ruffling any feathers, basically. Either way, thanks for watching.